Broad Peak Urdu, Arabic letter B, Arabic letter Ra, Arabic letter Wa, Arabic letter Dal, Arabic letter Pa, Arabic letter Farsi, Arabic letter Ka is a Himalayan mountain on the border of Pakistan and China, the 12th highest mountain in the world at 8,047 meters, 26,401 feet above sea level. It was first ascended in June 1957 by Fritz Wintersteller, Markus Schmuck, Kurt Diemberger, and Hermann Buhl of an Austrian expedition. Geography: Broad Peak is part of the Gasherbrum Massif in Baltistan on the border of Pakistan and China. It is located in the Karakoram mountain range about 8 kilometers, 5.0 miles from K2. It has a summit over 1.5 kilometers, 0.93 miles long, thus, Broad Peak. The mountain has 5 summits. Broad Peak, 8,051 meters. Rocky Summit, 8,028 meters. Broad Peak Central, 8,011 meters. Broad Peak North, 7,490 meters. And Kangri, 6,942 meters. Etymology: the literal translation of Broad Peak to Kangri is not used among the Balti people. The English name was introduced in 1892 by the British explorer Martin Conway, in reference to the similarly named Breithorn in the Alps. Climbing history: the first ascent of Broad Peak was made between June 8 and 9, 1957 by Fritz Wintersteller, Markus Schmuck, Kurt Diemberger, and Hermann Buhl of an Austrian expedition led by Markus Schmuck. A first attempt by the team was made on May 29, where Fritz Wintersteller and Kurt Diemberger reached the forepeak, 8,030 meters. This was also accomplished without the aid of supplemental oxygen. High-altitude porters or base camp support. In July 2007, an Austrian mountaineering team climbed Broad Peak and retrieved the corpse of Markus Kronthaler, who had died on the mountain 1 year before, from over 8,000 meters. In 2008, Frenchwoman Elisabeth Revel made a solo ascent of Broad Peak, Gasherbrum I and Gasherbrum II within 16 days and without the aid of oxygen, as her climbing partner Antoine Girard had fallen ill. In the winter and summer of 2009, there were no summits. There was one winter expedition by a Polish-Canadian team. In the summer, there was one fatality, Kristina Kastagna. In summer 2012, 5 members of Koralska 8000, Slovenian team, led by Gregor Layson, summited the mountain, without supplementary oxygen and without high-altitude porters. They tracked the way in deep snow from Camp 4 to the summit and opened the summit to 7 more climbers from other expeditions. They all summited on July 31, 2012. On March 5, 2013, Maciej Berbeka, Adam Bilecki, Tomasz Kowalski and Artur Malik made the first winter ascent. Broad Peak was the 12th 8,000er summited in wintertime and the 10th 8,000er first summited in winter by Polish climbers. During the descent, Maciej Berbeka and Tomasz Kowalski did not reach Camp 4, at 7,400 meters, and were pronounced missing. On March 7, the head of the expedition, Krzysztof Wielicki, said there are no chances at all of finding alive 58-year-old Maciej Berbeka and 27-year-old Tomasz Kowalski. On March 8, both climbers were declared dead and the expedition was ended. In July 2013, a group of 5 Iranian climbers attempted to ascend through a new route from the southwestern face. 3 of them, Aydin Buzorgi, Puyaki Ivan, and Mojtaba Herhi, ascended successfully, but during descent all 3 of them were lost and declared dead. On July 23, 2016, Frenchman Antoine Girard's paraglider flight over Broad Peak was the first time a paraglider had flown above an 8,000-meter summit. On July 14, 2019, a 17-year-old Sheroz Kashif from Pakistan became the youngest ever to summit this peak, along with his 2 Haps Akbar Hussain Sadpara and Abbas. Timeline: 1954, first attempt by Dr. Karl Herrlichhofer of Germany on the SW side that failed due to a storm and extreme cold. 1957, first ascent by an Austrian expedition. 1983, first ascent by a woman, Kristina Pałamowska. 1984 First one-day ascent of an 8,000-meter peak solo by Christoph Wielicki in 21.5 hours. 1992 On August 4, Enric Dalmau, Oscar Kodiak, Alberto Sonsini and Luis Raffles were the first to reach the summit from the Chinese side. 1994 On July 9, Carlos Carsolio reached the summit, establishing a new solo route now known as Route Carsolio. 1997 On July 7, Anatoly Boualkrev achieved a solo ascent. 2013 On March 5, first winter ascent by Polish expedition. 2013 July, Aidan Buzorgi, Puyaki Ivan, and Majtaba Hurahivaran ascended through a new route, named Route Iran. 2014 Hunza expedition to Broad Peak made the summit on the 23rd of July 2014. Karim Hayat reached to main summit and Nasiruddin turned back from Rocky Summit. Karim Hayat became the first person from his village who reached to 8,000 meters. 2019 July 14, Sheroz Kashif at the age of 17 became the youngest ever to summit this peak. He also became the youngest Pakistani to reach this altitude. See also List of mountains in Pakistan. Highest mountains of the world. List of Austrian mountaineers. Hassan Sadpara, Mark Valence. References. Further reading. Richard Sale, Broad Peak, 2004. English published by Carred Limited in the UK. ISBN 0-9538631-1-5. Marcus Schmuck, Broad Peak 8047 minutes. Meinberg Favoriten MIT. Hermann Buhl, 1958. German published by Verlag, Das Berglandbuch in Salzburg, Stuttgart. Kurt Diemberger, Spirits of the Air, 1994. Mountaineers Books. ISBN 0-89886-408-9. Hermann Buhl, Ashtpsand, Drubber und Drunter, 1955. Munchen. Afterword by Kurt Diemberger describes the Broad Peak expedition. Zvezdnate Nosi, Starry Nights by Dusan Jelinsik. ISBN 961-6387-758. Anna Zorinska. Broad Peak 83. Tikud Y, Broad Peak 83 Only 2, Sport Iteristika, Varsava 1989, ISBN 83-217-2658-5. Jacek Hugo Bader, Długi Film o Milasi. Powratna. Broad Peak, Polish published by Znak, Krakow 2014. ISBN 9788324029938. External links. Broad Peak on Himalaya-info.org. German. Broad Peak on summit post first ascent. The official website of the Austrian OEAV Karakum expedition 1957 on broadpeak.org. Virtual aerial video of Broad Peak.